I should do it. Good morning, guys. How y'all doing today? Loved ones, today I have a great message for you. I can get this mic on. I miss you guys. Guess I'll hold it. I miss you guys. How y'all been doing? Since coming together today. And praise you personally together. Well, I've been clearing out my space, and I have been getting geared up and becoming more established. I've gotten better vision, more clarity, and I'm ready. I was thinking about how Moses became equipped in his gifts through love, and how much he really, really loved the Pharaoh. He saw him as his brother. They was raised together. He had no idea that he was not his real brother. And it's so amazing how perception changes things. It's so amazing how when we find out something, how it can change our whole point of view on life. And God knows just how to reveal things to us that would fit us and us becoming. And I really noticed that a lot of gifts are not endowed to us until we receive the Holy Spirit, because a lot of gifts cannot be stewarded well without guidance, without constant guidance. Because on our journey, as we learn to be more Christ like, with us being so imperfect and us all pressing towards the mark, that becomes our goal once we are becoming. We start off a certain way of just being born again and just receiving the gifts. And you wonder why some Christians are so settled, and why some Christians have so much eagerness and zeal. And it usually doesn't have anything to do with their age, because somebody my age could be more um, ecstatic about spreading the word. Every time you come across me, it be give it a word, give it a word, than someone who's maybe 20 years my junior. And it really depends on what kind of person we are, what God sees as our fit. A lot of times when we go to work and we're in an establishment, they try to find our perfect fit for us. When I moved here, I was trying to get work as a caregiver, but I wasn't established. All of my references were in a whole nother state. And so it didn't it wasn't good enough. I had not been here long enough. I had not shown myself to be somebody who is considered a resident here. And, I'm not just here and there and everywhere. Like, well, I've been here for 2 weeks. Be like, okay, well, you're trying to go in people's homes and take care of their most precious possession, or most precious commodity, their, grandmother, their aunt, their, and you haven't been here long enough. Not only that, um, you don't even have a license here. And not only that, all of your references are so far away. You may have family here, but how well can they know you if they've been here? And so I said, okay, well, it's probably best for me to try to become a waitress. So I went in to become a waitress at, like places like Red Lobster, Famous Dave's. And so that I got a position at Famous Dave's. And I was a waitress. And they decided that it's best for me to be a hostess. They want me to be the first person people see when they walk in the door. But they never had a hostess. They put a bitch at the front door just for me. I was checking on people too regularly. They didn't want to fire me. And um I was like, um they was like, well, we don't want to have you in the kitchen. We need you in the front. Like, okay. Have you ever hosted before? No. What do I do? You just see people to their tables. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I've seen that at restaurants. They're like, okay, great. And so the other manager was like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm making her the hostess. She's like, she don't even have a registry at the front or anything. He's like, we're gonna take a stand and put it at the front. All she need is herself at the front. She will take it from there. And I'm telling you, I was a hostess, all right. I was doing everything. At the time I celebrated Halloween, I was bringing in prompts and stuff for Halloween. I was bringing in stuff for Thanksgiving, prompts and stuff, and making dress days and doing the I was also celebrating Christmas at the time too. I just got here. Well, I celebrate Christmas now, but I was celebrating like putting on the Santa Claus hat and all that. And so people was coming in just to find out what am I doing for the holidays. Like, oh, we're having a secret Santa here, and you should do it with the customers. I'm like, but I don't know when people are gonna come in. Just tell them what day. Like, have a thing in the back room. There's a lot of regulars to come in. Like, okay, that's something to think about. So anyway, I was the hostess there. And then what's that? Sconyers tried to recruit me to come work for them, and they was going to pay me more. And then so the manager had came and she's like, get out of here, get out of here. We made her a hostess. She was not even a hostess before, and she's in training here. No, no. She's like, she's not under any kind of contract. Are you under a contract? I was like, no, but I'm loyal because they hired me first and I've gotten to know the crew and everything. And he's like, do you have a sister? I'm like, no. And so anyway, I was a hostess there, and I became established through there. The managers would vouch for me when I decided to do my own caregiver business. I decided to do my own business because nobody would hire me. So I decided to do caregiving and housekeeping. And even after that, it took me a while to get established. I had to learn all the ins and outs. I was still getting to know people here. And one of my friends here was showing me sort of the ropes. He was a contractor and he was showing me business things like, you can go through Social Security and actually get clients through Social Security and they can pay you. Now, how do I do that? He's like, I don't know, but we're about to find out. So we called around everything and found out how they could do it. And they're like, all I had to do was wait the 2 weeks to get paid my first. And then I was going to nursing homes and stuff, putting out flyers and like that, and got established like that. And it took about 2 years to get established, but I made a really good name for myself. It was, and my name at that time was Jet Love. And I was saying all that because when you have a gift for something, sometimes the Lord will bless you with the gift, and you might not even be walking in the Christian lifestyle, but it's just a part of your personality. So when you come into um, your purpose and your calling, and it starts to surface, you don't think about your natural talents. Well, I did. I was thinking about stuff that He was developing me in. And as time passed, I noticed that I would give people tips, and then they would use my tips that I'll do for my lives. And then they would go and they get, I mean, everybody has passed me. Everybody has passed me. And then I started like, Lord, why is everybody passing me? Is it because somebody has swapped my destiny? Is it because somebody is doing spell work on me or something? And at one time I could say that it was a hindrance. But as time has went on and I've been really close to God, in fact, I just recently celebrated my birthday as far as completely surrendering to Him that He have His will in my life. Me not having my will. Only thing I'm doing in my life is staying close to Him, praising Him, enjoying my life, and doing what He told me to do. I don't have any requests because He knows my heart and I trust Him completely. And that was not this past Friday. Yeah, this past Friday. Seemed like a long time ago. So after I did, He has started trusting me more, building me up more. As I'm clearing out space, He's been, first of all, He told me to start clearing out spiritually, clearing my space, things that I have an attachment to. I almost thought I had to get rid of my mirror, y'all. I prayed about it because it's something I have an attachment to, an unusual attachment to. And it's from my grandmother. And they say that, certain things that you have an unusual attachment to, sometimes it's because they have been given as um, a gift that has spiritual attachments to it. Now, I know I'm going pretty deep, and I know it's like, okay, you're just doing too much. But everybody know how close they are to the spiritual realm. And I'm very close to the spiritual realm at this time. And so, but I give because it wasn't given to me as a gift. It was like when I got here, it was in the room that I was in. And when I moved, I took it off the dresser, and the dresser was getting trashed, and I just kept it. And it just kept it. So it was not something given to me like that. And I prayed over it and everything. And He said I could keep that and the plate. And it's not that we can't enjoy things that have sentimental value. It's just that some things are given with the wrong intentions. And some people actually pray over gifts that they give you or have the wrong heart posture when they give it to you. And you'll notice, well, I noticed a lot of different energy has gone out of my apartment since I've been clearing. And then, not to mention, when you're clearing space, when you're cleaning, it heightens your frequency. And as you heighten your frequency, you have more clarity. You start thinking of things as you got your gospel music playing, all my hits. I got an awesome playlist. And you're cleaning and you're getting dust out that's been there probably since I've been here because some stuff been just sitting there. Getting different items out, big items out. People thought I was moving. And I mean big items. My jewelry box is gone, my recliner is gone, my other dresser is gone. Big items. My painting in the living room is gone. I have a lot of stuff that's gone. Cleared out my china cabinet for DVDs and there stuff. But as I was cleaning, which took a couple of days, and I'm quite actually by the finish of this weekend, I should be completely done. Donated some stuff and everything. And as I was clearing, and I'm listening to my music, I'm sort of just in my peace, in my zone. And as I'm cleaning, I'm just really starting to think of stuff that I haven't thought of in quite a while. Thinking of things that meant nothing at the time. But as I was going, and you know that you know how you do connect the dots to make a picture? That's what it was doing. And it was like as the Lord was giving me my gifts, He was telling me different things. And I have a Bible verse for you guys. Okay, I screenshot it. That's what I did. Okay. Hold on. What's name? James 1:17. James 1:17. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights. And I'm just gonna have to look it up again. I beg your pardon, guys. I can't find it, but what it says is, I hope I'm saying, I'll say what the gist of it is. It's that if your earthly parents can give you good gifts, then how much more can your heavenly Father? And this is from like when I have to guess for my son what it is that he don't have, and he allowed me to guess for him. I messed up a couple Christmases ago, but he allows me to guess for him. I would be able to say, okay, I know what anime he like. I know what he watches. I know his favorite color. I know what he's into. But I would have to ask him exactly what's the newest thing that's out because I am not up on all that. But see, God knows. God knows the very desires of his heart. You know how when online they be sort of spying on you a little bit, you bring up something, and next thing you know, you'll see it pop up on Amazon. Be like, we have found something that you might like. I'm like, I'm sure it will. Let me see what it is now. I can't wait to the first. And but God, He knows exactly what our heart's desires are. And He knows exactly how much we're working with. And He knows exactly what we would have in our power to do and how much more He can do without us even expecting it and without us having to do it in our power. Like, how much more can your heavenly father do for you than your earthly father, if you're close to them? So much more. You see, all in the depths of your heart, stuff that you don't even know that you would want because you not haven't been exposed to that lifestyle. Like, I did not know they made a robot that cleans your whole house. I wouldn't have thought of that. Thank you. And so when I'm saying that about gifts, I was thinking about, Whitney Houston, they called her voice a national treasure after she sang the Star Spangled Banner. And they was not going by her color. They was not going by anything else. They wasn't going by her writing a song. The only thing they was going by, oh, and they was going by her presentation too. She had the look, she had the presence, she had the voice, and she was moldable. She was connected. So she got the spot of her voice being a national treasure, and she was able to ensure her voice. She had a routine that she had to do, drinking hot lemon water or whatever. That's why, as time went on and she got reckless with her gift stopped serving her. And what I'm saying is, you find that the most gifted people in R&B soul has come from the church. Their gift seems to reign supreme based on the fact that it was meant initially to reach an audience, uh, a national or worldwide audience. But then they'll take the gift and they'll use it for something differently. And then they don't do the things necessary to strengthen it. Can you imagine at her very peak, it becoming even greater, it becoming even stronger, her praising God with her voice and you know, that type of gift, it will reach audiences because there is spiritual um frequency in it, in the song, the movement, even in words. But you can imagine singing a song with passion, with a God in it, and you can feel it, and you've been feeling these emotions yourself. You can feel the depths of her soul because she's cried on God and she's cried out loud to God. So when she sings, she's putting her heart into it. But it took time to develop that. And it took time, even after you develop it, it took time that you would have to strengthen it, keep it. Even after having that type of voice, you still would need vocal lessons in order to sing in different languages, to critique your accent when you're singing. J-Lo, she can sing in several different languages, but when you sing in a different language, you can't just sing in your American accent. You have to actually learn how to critique each word and let it flow as if you sing in their language, because you notice Mexican music, they jump around to guitars. They're not really big on drums. They more on bongos. So when you're even when you get the accent down, you still have to jump around. You still have to sort of, hit the mark. Otherwise, just like, no, just go ahead and sing in American. We know what the song is. Don't destroy it. Don't destroy our language. I said all that to say, as our eyes get open, oops, as our eyes get open, the Lord starts to critique our the Lord he begins to critique our gifts. He starts to talk to us about what it is that we are assigned to do. I notice walking with God, I notice as I become more aware that it's really went from me being at, like, let's say the room is dark. When the Lord will speak to me and give me instructions, I can only, if you take a flashlight and just point it right in front of your feet, and the whole room is dark, I can only like walk, I can only see that much. I can't see the picture of nothing else. He'll just tell me, the Holy Spirit will just say this. And then I just do that just because that's what he told me to do. I can't see why, but I have learned to trust him, stop on a dime, and do what he says. And but now, as the Lord is giving me more clarity, as he see that I can hold certain information without feeling like I have to say it, as he's beginning to be able to trust me more, now I can see further. Now I can see clearer. Now I can understand a little bit of why. Now I can watch different pictures and take exactly what's meant for me and leave the rest. Now I can hear a song in my head and be like, wait a minute, that's not gospel, but it's just that one verse. And it just popped in my head out of nowhere. And I know he's talking to me. Just that one verse. I'm like, where did that come from? As I was cleaning and I'm praising God, I got my music on. And so my music goes off and I'm still praising God. And I'm like, Jesus, the events all around me. I'm just singing my song or whatever. And then I get settled. I'm sweeping the floor in the kitchen. And then in my head pops, Let My Love Adorn You by Miguel. Where did that come from? And the beat just was going in my head, just that part. Let my love adorn you. Let my love adorn. And it just kept going on and on, saying that part. And I'm like, God, that's you talking to me. And as I understand it, that we are the bride of Christ. I mean, I know guys ain't looking at it the same way. We're all his children, but he's coming for his church being the bride. And I know this sounds weird, but everybody's journey is different. That one thing, and then I would turn on somebody and they'll be singing happy birthday in their message. And the Lord told me that was my birthday. And I hadn't talked to my mother in a couple months. So I was like, Lord, can I call and say hi to my mom? And he's like, yeah, not right now. So he told me exactly when. He said, call her. And when he tell me to call, I have to do it like right then. It'd be like a window closing. I have to go when he say go. I can't, if he tell me to go to put on my full armor, I gotta go right there. Nah, I don't have a second to waste. It's like stop on the dime. So I called my mom. Hi mom, how you doing? And I'm not looking for any closure or anything. I was just simply calling to say hi. I miss hearing my mother's voice. I don't hate my mother. I love her very much. Um, yeah. And so I was able to call and say hi to my mom. And I was able to say goodbye when we got off the phone and feel good in my heart that I don't have any bad feelings towards anybody. I'm completely free of that. So when we was on the phone, she has a birthday coming up. And I was like, I just celebrated a birthday too. She was like, well, I wonder how that can be, how you can have a birthday and your mother don't know. I was like, because my father knows. She was like, okay, and that's all that matters. I was like, yeah, my father knows. I just had a birthday. And so I had told her that. And then on Monday, he told me to stop coming online. He said that he needs to talk to me. And so that's when he told me to clear out my space. And because I'm not monetized, I don't, the Lord puts me forth as he see fit. And so I'm like, okay. So I'm able to just clear out my space, clear my head and everything. And even as I'm cleaning, I have to make time to rest because I have neuropathy in my hands and my feet. And I'm doing all this cleaning, standing up, pushing stuff, pulling stuff. And I used to be very strong, unusually strong for a woman. I mean, I would climb up ladders and cut the branches off trees. Be on the ladder just hanging, cut the branches off trees, hold the tree, cutting it off. My mama come back, her lawn be looking like 3 men been out there. She had the corner lot. And I would just be out there doing the bushes, no training or nothing, walk around the airport like it was nothing, walk backwards around the airport. My family could tell you, and my son's father, I'd be punching the air, walking backwards like this around the airport while the plane going up in the air, pushing the wind. I got poison ivy like that too. I love testing my body like that at one time, but then I got neuropathy and I couldn't even skate no more. I couldn't even wear high heels. I used to wear high heels all the time. But back to what I was talking about. So, as I was going to different podcasts that he would send me to, people I haven't never seen before, because I have regulars he used to send me to, but I'm too healed to listen to a lot of that stuff because it was really about recovering from narcissistic abuse. Now I've moved on to more, whatever he leads me to, more now messages, now more rhema words. And then I like to watch movies and stuff and just have fun now. I don't want to get all tangled up in the deep stuff. I just want to kick it. So, anyway, two different people, two different podcasts was like, one lady was like, and I just joined hers, beautiful lady. And she was like, I just kept hearing this happy birthday, happy birthday. And then she was like, and then when she was speaking, she sounded like she was speaking directly to me. And this other lady was saying happy birthday. And then she was like, God sees me like an orphan. And he was talking directly to me. And I'm sure whoever else was on there, it was their message because I've never seen this person come down my timeline. And I've been watching this type of material over the past few years. And some people don't come to you until it's time. Just like it seemed like I would have so many more people viewing me by now. I mean, I have 20,000 followers on here. And right now it says 0 people are watching. And that's like how it is every time I come on. But I know I could feel in my discernment that somebody is watching me. But that's neither here nor there because that's not something, it's my worry. I'm just here to say what I'm supposed to say. So, anyway, then one lady was saying that how the Lord see me like an orphan and how I've seen so many people come before me. I mean, people I would duet with and stuff like that, and they have went on to do the same stuff I have done. I mean, and really make it, like really got big following, big. I mean, we have people watching them, like, and I'm like, Lord, why people ain't watching me? They will see like some people I've had on my show, and they be just starting off in the car world or whatever, and then I go back to their channel, and now people are showing sending them products. And it's like a whole lot of people, and then even like people that like I cook sometimes, and then I bring out certain products. So I've brought out Velveeta, broccoli, bird's eye broccoli, the sausages and stuff, and they sell out at the stores, the Sani water. And then I'll go to somebody thing that I know that I've been seeing, be like, wow, this bird's eye broccoli is the bomb. Wow, I'm this is my new staple. I'm like, I was just talking about that. So, and the Lord told me, He was like, I had watched some things about monitoring spirits and stuff like that. And that's not something I got deep off into because it's going too far. I'm not trying to be all off into conspiracy theories and stuff like that. I don't want to talk about it. But there are things that I'm a bridge to. And so that's why he told me to not concentrate on what I see. That's why he was telling me through the lady's message. She was saying that, which I don't lack for anything. God really takes good care of me. I don't lack for anything. I mean, there are things I want, but everything I need, I have. And I'm not, more than anything, I'm not codependent. More than anything, I'm very happy to serve him. The days that I wasn't here, I feel y'all's energy as far as I have this feeling of discernment that certain people I'm connected to in the chosen community that I'm connected to. Even people that I don't believe what they believe. Tarot people. Watch me. I know that. I don't really I mean now I don't really I don't agree with them, but I could feel that pull that those kind of people are watching me, people in the collective, because people that do different things that I don't agree with, they still are in the collective. They are on their journey. And so I feel that they watch me. And so anyway, he says that to not pay attention because a lot of people know stuff that I don't know. So to just do what I'm told to do. And so as the lady was saying how he was going to, that's between me and him. But anyway, I felt that message. I know that message was for me. And he talks directly to me. I gotta make sure these things are going off. And he talks directly to me. And I just feel a lot clearer. Not that I know everything, because I really don't. I'd be like, what is going on here? Some weird stuff be happening to me. But I'm okay with it now. I've gotten okay with it. I mean, like, I can tell as my frequency gets higher. I can tell certain things. I just don't understand certain things, but I don't have to know everything. I'm really walking blind. I'm just on my blind faith right now, and I'm getting stronger, more clarity in that, and wait a minute. Nothing. Hold on one second. Here we go. The Lord brought me forth to talk about how getting back to Whitney Houston. See if I can put this on without turning it off. Hmm. Come on. Getting back to Whitney Houston, just like the world, they didn't want to blame her. We don't want to blame her. Everybody, well, I know I love Whitney Houston. They wanted to blame Bobby because she carried a national treasure or whatever. She kept going back to gospel back and forth or whatever. So we wanted to feel like, she was going to make it through her struggles. Because a lot of us went through our struggles at the same time. Yes, I'm telling on myself, my age. And I'm chosen, so, I don't look my age. So I'm just acting silly. But how much more a voice, how much more are gifts that God gives us meant for our spiritual journey? How much more impactful, whether you see it or not, it is meant to be and it is. Think about that. Think about that seriously. How much more, let's say you have a gift of making people feel good. You just like, just chat it up with people and you could tell that they're absorbing your energy while you're talking to them. Even down to the handshake and stuff. They don't shake hands like that. You're like, all right, I see you, pimp. They get, I'm just talking about how guys be doing it. But you can see from a distance how the other person has absorbed their energy because they like them so much that it don't feel weird. Guys don't like imitating other guys. But sometimes some guys are just so, so present. Their presence is so big that it's just like when they come around, the hand go out, you're not gonna shake it. They're not gonna do that to a woman. Well, not most women, but sometimes I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna be like, yes. Sorry. I'm just mad. And what is it, darling? No, but their energy is real, like their presence is like real, like, hey, what's up? Like whatever. So um how much more our gifts, which is from God, like I read earlier, they come from the light. The thing about the enemy is he always tries to imitate what God does. He always tries to imitate what God does. That's why he has to get monitoring spirits and have all this warfare and stuff. And, you know, if you notice, if you're talking to a narcissist, sometimes they go on off mode and they just sit there. They're just like staring at you like they're a recorder or something. Because they have to, they're not original, they're not authentic. They have to absorb your energy and become more like, if you notice, if you're not around a certain person for a while and their intentions was wrong to love bomb you or something, after a while, then they're onto someone else. And then if you ever come back in their energy, they forgot how to mirror you. So you have to start off first. They forgot how to communicate with you because that switches off or something. It's like your enemy is a copycat, and our authenticity is even a gift. To be able to fashion, to be able to take a fabric and see it so many different ways, expressing yourself and make different dimensions of people look good from all walks of life. Anybody can wear it. To make the same with makeup, the same with, hair products and everything. To mix the exact amount of shea butter with coconut oil and vitamin C, vitamin E, cream, make a perfect uh, black soap or something. Something that everybody can use on their skin. And, you know, these are gifts. All of these gifts comes from God. George Washington Carver, he you have to watch his story. He became he found like 30 something things to do with peanuts. And from peanut oil to all kind of stuff he was able to do with the peanut. All on, and he gave the recognition to God because he never went to school. And he was a professor teaching white children back when white children was racist. Well, openly, more openly. It was more accept. It was okay back then in like the 50s, and he was a professional. And they became to like him so much. He had like people who graduate who called he called white kids his boys, and they would mail him, and he would mail them back, and he would always give them something to remember him by, a picture, or they would give rubber bands on the mail or whatever. He'd make a ball with the rubber bands or something, or a strand of thread. And he would always send something back to remember him by, and they would talk in his honor. They would talk highly of him and say what they thought of black people before they met him and after they met him, because he took his gifts that God endowed him with and he used them for the purpose it was given to him. And as time went on, just like when we get in a relationship and a person gives us their gift of trust, that is a gift. People get hurt in life. By the time they make it away to you, it's hard to become vulnerable again. It's hard to open your heart to somebody else again and truly open your heart, because a lot of times people play games and it's just like, you get to the point where you see it before it comes. Then when you get to somebody true blue, you know, you don't know how to trust. That's why only God can, you can do work on yourself and everything. But God heals you. He puts before you. That's why you gotta be equally yoked and stuff. But I'm saying that any gifts that's given to the relationship as far as the trust goes. And after getting the trust, then the bonding of being able to really enjoy each other's habits. Well, I'm not really into sports, but I enjoy his company so much. I'm gonna go to a couple games with him. Then you go and you decide you really like it. It's something you can get into because your baby into it, and it's just like you want to be able to relate to your baby. You will be like when he's talking about the Lions or the Pistons, you want to be like Detroit. That's my hometown. You want to be able to relate to, even though I don't watch stories still, where wings go. um, you want to be able to be like, yeah, I saw, yeah, baby, you was out while you was out with your boys. I was watching that too. Or hey, you want to go to the Super Bowl party or whatever? Yeah, yeah. I know Jen. I know this person, whatever, and whatever. Y'all just go and stuff. Or he will go with you shopping or Amazon. You're like, oh baby, look, I saw this. Hey, here, check this out. I smell the perfume that you might like. Here, check this out. Why don't you look that up? See if you like it. Like who you smell it on. Like I'm just like, what was you doing that close to her? So like I'm just weird. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I'm saying as far as the gift, when you have a gift, it keeps giving. It's something that just like when you get with somebody, if you're true blue, you're not going to get with them and then switch up on them. No, it gets better. Even though you're going to present yourself the best. I mean, people say it's a representative and it's fake, but I feel like you are going to put your best foot forward when you're meeting somebody. You're not going to be like chomping on popcorn, all in your pajamas, all on FaceTime, like, yeah, what's up? Like chilling, all smacking in their ear and stuff, like you might do when you're real chilling and comfortable at home, putting a whole full in your mouth. You're gonna be like, so, but anyway, same with God. It's just like the closer you get to Him, the more He improves your gifts, the more, um, the more people the more your gift when I always felt like when the Lord say that your gift makes way for you, I always felt like that meant just period financially. But it's also makes way for you as far as people get to know you. People get to know what the gift is. People get to see God in you. And as I was watching certain people, and I was thinking to myself how much I love them because they look like an authentic expression of God. And it's just like I'm so close to, I feel really close to Him. And then when you see somebody who's really walking in their calling and really um trying to be quiet, close to God. We're not perfect. We're not going to be Jesus. But I'm saying people who are trying and actually have a connection to God and they're doing what He tells them to do, and then you watch him, and then it's just like you could see him like that. And you just watch him like I'm talking about women too, and I'm not talking about nothing perverted. I'm talking about just seeing God in your sisters and in your brothers. You be like, God, you are so you can see his expression through them. I see several creators. I don't bring up their names no more because I learned my lesson before. It's real weird. Seem like people resent me for saying their name. But there's a few people that I watch, and somebody tried to come online and say something against somebody that I adore, that I watch, and the Lord sent me to their ministry that I've been watching for a long time. I even stopped wearing crosses because of their feeling towards crosses and how it made me feel, and it made me feel like, you know what, I'm not wearing no crosses no more either. But somebody tries to say something against this person who I know is walking close to God. And I listened to find out what they were saying because I thought they was apologizing to the person. Because they said they name and everything. You ain't supposed to be all like they did that. I'm like that. But they said their name and they were saying apology. I thought they was apologizing. So I was listening to the story because otherwise I wouldn't have had listened. But as soon as the person turned on, I feel like that person is watching. But as soon as because I could feel it in my throat and in my sinuses, I could feel stuff now. So sensitive. Um, excuse me. Anyway, as soon as they brought the person that I'm talking about online, I turned away from it because you can't really tell me nothing about somebody I've seen God in. And I just rebuked that. But I was saying that to say, as you get closer to God, as people see you in a real true expression of God, and they see that you're not playing with your life, they see it, they feel His essence in you. They see it is not a joke. They see you not just saying that and then living a whole different lifestyle. They know what I've been watching you over the past 4 years. And so somebody come on the screen and say something, it's just like, God haven't sent me here, sent me here, sent me here. And then talk to me through this person. And I've grown with this person. And then you can't, I mean, they a part of the collective. You can't come in and say something like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not hearing it. Not like I'm like man over God or anything like that. But when you see true expressions of God, you know, and that's what I'm saying about our gifts. They make room for us. They make room for us in the world as far as dealing with people, giving us preferential treatment. I was watching this young lady, beautiful young lady. I'm so glad that she's out of a relationship. She's chosen young lady. And when I say somebody is chosen, I mean, you know how chosen people, we can really tell. All we got to do is like read human light detectors on sight. If you're really close, now I'm on sight. I can tell on sight. I'm a real lie detector on sight. Now I understand why people would wear sunglasses around me because they could feel that I could see through them. But at that time, couldn't see through them. I might feel something, but I wasn't there yet. But I'm there now. I have the eyes to see truly, and I have more clarity. But but when you're in the collective or whatever, we feel like a family, though we don't know each other, maybe haven't spoke together or whatever, but we can truly see. It's just like can you imagine God's children looking at each other on screen and just like we the same, we're a part of each other, we're just at different parts of the world, and we're all like insane warfare. A lot of times we having the same experiences. That's why people be like, "How you talking to all these people at once?" And how you know that everybody going through the same thing? Because God leads us to different people at different times, different messages. Unless you just watching them regularly, regularly, regularly. But I don't watch them like that. I watch them when they come up on my screen. I don't just go to their pages like that. I watch when they come up on my screen. And now, especially, I ask God to lead my eye gates, my heart gates, my ear gates. So a lot of stuff don't even come on my screen no more, but new stuff come on my screen. I'm telling you, make that confession to God. Say to God, say the Lord's Prayer to Him. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Amen. Is that the one? So anyway, I boldly confessed with my mouth that I asked him to, oh, give us this day our daily bread and forgive me my debts, as I forgive my debtors. Lead me not into temptation, but deliver me from evil. Okay, I asked God to head my life. I asked him to, not my will be done, not my will, but his will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So as soon as I did that, he's like, okay, I want to talk to you. I ain't been online since until the day. Like, okay, continue to clear your space. You're on the right path. And then I'm seeing all on the stove, all on my computer. I'm doing some 1111, 222. Look up 222. Then dreaming. I don't have bad dreams no more. And the Lord's like, okay, whatever comes up against me, it's going to him straight directly. I'm like, all I gotta do is praise, enjoy my life. I was watching Prince of Egypt last night, the cartoon. It is so good. It's about Moses. It is so good. Anyway, how much more God is about us with our gifts? As far as I was talking about Whitney Houston before I got all the way off track. How much more God is about us and our gifts and establishing us. Our gifts making way for us. Our gifts make a way for us right on time. He may not come when you want him, but he's right on time. Like you know how powerful your gift is. You might not even know, but think about that job that you had, that you excelled in. Think about something you really enjoyed doing. And you could have even did it for free if the world allowed you to do it for free. And all of your prompts came directly from God. He took care of everything. Think about that. Now start thinking about your purpose. It's something connected to that. It's something connected to what you love. It's something connected to what you excel in. So, something that I excelled in, something that I excelled in everything I did was hosting, being a host. That's something that they created for me. They created that for me. Something I really enjoyed was welcoming people in, was being on that post and greeting people, loving on people. I saw this here um, podcast that was sent to, it was sent to, I don't just have things sent from God, also the enemy sent things too. And it tests my discernment when those things come. And it was saying, well, if you don't respect yourself, if you allow someone to say something to you and you don't check them on the spot, then you don't respect yourself. And I understand that in the world, that's true. That you don't respect it. She had a list of all these things. If you did this, then you don't respect yourself. If it makes you feel some type of way inside, and you don't, even if they say something back, just let them know right there on the spot. That's when you could. That's when you can move in the flesh, and that's true. I totally agree. But sometimes, some people like me, I can't move like that. It was one time where I couldn't move like that because I personally felt too much respect for secondhand embarrassment. Because by the time I check somebody, by the time I say something back to somebody, it's because I feel so disrespected that when I say something back, even if it comes out nice, I feel embarrassed for them because they fold inside because they don't expect me to say nothing. They don't expect for me to, crush them with words without even cussing. I'll just simply be like, don't do that. What? You know what you just did. Don't do that to me. Don't do that. Okay. And I feel embarrassed for them. So I would just be like, as time went on, it was respect. But now it would be because I have a position that's directly linked to God. I can't say how I'm gonna respond. If God say go, then I know how to respond without cussing, without anything. Staying in my peace because I stay there. Now I know how to moderate my peace. I just went off last week, so let me say, since my birthday, I want to see because I'm still getting more clarity. As I'm getting more clarity, it's bringing me out of myself more and into my. I feel from my core up. I just feel like into my spirit man, like into my higher self, to my, like, I could feel when I was cleaning stuff, I could feel my frequency going up and I could feel me leaving my own feeling some kind of way. I can't explain it really. But in any case, God is still working on me. We still just in the journey. I'm gonna be all forever on a journey. I don't know. Just never say never. But and I ain't perfect. I ain't trying to act like I'm perfect. I'm not no goody two shoes. I don't want to be no goody two shoes. I'm only saying that I'm just trying to be closer to God, and I feel closer to God. Is basically what I'm saying. And as I was getting closer to God, I just was like, I was noticing different things. Like I was a caregiver, and that was one of my favorite jobs. And the biggest thing people think about when you think about a caregiver is cleaning somebody's body and their disposing of their, uh, relief and everything. But see, they don't think about the companionship part. And when you get to the companionship part and you're sitting for hours and they're telling you old stories and you're able to relate to them, now they're at a soft place in their life. And you pick up on that frequency and they're just really enjoying telling you, having somebody to talk to. And you can relate some things in there and you can just rest in their peace and they're enjoying. Sometimes they even go back there, really go back there mentally, calling for the people and stuff like that. You know, and then by the time it's time for you to clean them, it's not like you doing something that's like, it's just like somebody you care about, taking care of somebody you care about. That's all it feels like. It don't feel like, ooh, that's nasty. You just have to, go through the regular, I got to put on gloves and stuff for them and for me, my protection, their protection, but nothing like, it's a natural part of life. So anyway, I'm a caregiver, I'm a teacher, I'm a but I'm not a teacher that's real like book smart. I'm more of a teacher that's street smart and becoming spiritually smart. But those things, those gifts, they all are combining and they're developing my establishment. They are establishing me and making way for me in the world, handling my life in the world, being able to manage different things in the world. And so I've been going on and on and on. It's 72 minutes in. It didn't mean to take up so much time. But thank you for your time, my sugar honey plum love words. Thank you so much for um, your subscriptions. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. And I know I can't see you, but I know you're there. And I pray you have a great day. And I pray that you really, really got something out of this message. And I truly love you. I love the God in you.